just try out fashion, which is a really good thing. I'm very happy that I did. I forget hair on my face yet again. And I could really like dress the way that I actually want to, and that was great, of course. However, it kind of put me in positions where I would frequently change my whole wardrobe because I didn't like it anymore, and because there was a new trend and whatnot. And in the last year, as I've said in a few videos before, I have just really become more conscious of social media and its effect on me. And if you're interested about like phone addiction and stuff, watch my other video. But yeah, I still kind of tend to fall into the habit of wanting to be part of a trend, which the people online, or just like the consumerism, what should I say, consumerism agencies or shops or whatever you can imagine, clothing, shoes, jewelry, like all of the above, really do benefit from this, obviously, because they keep on putting out new trends and nothing ever stays for that long time. So you constantly, if you want to stay on trend, you constantly have to keep on buying things and just like accumulating a lot of things, and you just forget about the old stuff. Sorry, I really have cat hairs all over my face today. But you kind of do exactly what they want. You're buying into the trends because you want to be up to date. And I specifically understand when you're still younger. I mean, I'm not entirely sure how old the people are who watch my videos. Let me know. That would actually be very interesting. But I'm 23. I turned 23 a month ago. A little bit more than a month, but yeah. And so I've really been like following the trends, kind of. Especially like I said in the last year, I've realized more so what social media is doing to me and my bank account also, and just like my attention span. And there's like so many things which are very bad for you. And so trends is still like one of the things that I tend to struggle with here and there. Because yeah, like I've said already, I do really enjoy fashion. I think that throughout fashion you can kind of display your personality and your interests, and you can already tell from the outside without having spoken to a person. Like if you were to see me walking down the street and I wear this specific item or I wear this specific thing, certain groups of people could maybe understand what I'm like, what my interests are or whatever. And so that is something that I think is a really beautiful thing about fashion and stuff. However, I feel like with the trends nowadays, you don't really have an individual style unless you don't really use social media, or you don't care and you found what kind of vibe you want to go with. I feel like I'm slowly starting to find my own vibe and just go with anything that I see online. Another thing that I really struggle with is not buying into trends, and then whenever I do, I end up not wanting those clothes anymore, and I throw them out and they're not interesting to me anymore, and it's just really not good. I always feel bad whenever I go shopping and I buy some kind of new clothing piece or some kind of new shoes, and I already know I have like 10 pairs of shoes and there's really no need for it. But social media kind of makes you feel like that you need it. You know, you feel like left out. Maybe you have FOMO if you don't follow the trends, and yeah, they really have figured out how to manipulate you to buy things or whatever. And I think once you really be conscious of that and understand what's going on, you can kind of try to steer it in a different direction if you want to do that. But there's so many wrong things with this. Another thing that I recently saw online and I just thought, wow, they really do a good point, is that nowadays, like, owning luxury designer items, whether that be jewelry, fashion, bags, shoes, whatever, is become really kind of mainstream, and it's kind of being more pushed to be seen as something normal and nothing like extraordinary. I mean, if you think back like 20 years, for example, people who usually would be owning pieces have really become my staples. And I know that for a lot of people it's the other way around, that they only have like basic items and they're scared to go out and purchase like special things. And I think you just have to be moderate about both ways. You cannot have too many basics and nothing special. Or if you want to, then of course, but if you want your outfits to have some kind of pep or whatever, maybe it's difficult. However, you should also not be like me, who only used to buy like all of these extravagant, crazy patterns and whatever, and then have nothing to wear them with, or nothing to wear these clothing items. And maybe it's also like a thing of like slowly growing up and whatnot and coming of age or whatever, that I learned that I can have my own style and I don't have to be influenced by trends. I mean, I'd be lying if I told you that I was not influenced by no trends whatsoever. That would be an absolute lie. However, I do try to think about stuff more consciously, and I do try to go out and purchase things only if I actually want them. A way which I've been trying to, I don't know, I guess stop my habits in this sense, is deciding to do a low buy year for 2025. And if you're not like on TikTok or just like fashion or under consumption TikTok or YouTube whatever, you might not know what that means. But basically a low buy year means to only buy certain things, or to only allow yourself to buy certain things of this and this kind, or nothing above this price. It can be very individual, but for me, I've decided that I do not want to buy any more clothing pieces, which I already have. That will be pants, work clothing, sweatshirts, sweatpants, leggings, like cute going out tops, corsets that I rarely ever wear, which I really love the way that they look. And sometimes you kind of have to think about that as well. Just because you like something the way it looks, you have to actually think about if it's practical for you and for your lifestyle, because there's also something I really struggled with. I always used to go out and buy like really crazy things, which I think are beautiful and I still like. However, I just don't have anywhere to wear them, and so they sit around in my closet getting like dusty and just not being used. And I still have like a few things of that in my closet, and I'm also having like a hard time trying to just decide if I want to sell them or not, because I do like the pieces, I just don't know what to do with them. And it's just like really a difficult thing. I feel like for women even more, but if you think men have it as bad as women in the sense of like being interested in trends and whatever, let me know. I can definitely be proven wrong. But it's all very difficult. So basically I'm trying to do a low buy year where I'm just like, okay, this and this. I'm allowed to buy per se 2 shirts a year, 2 pairs of pants a year, 1 pair of shoes a year, something like that, you know. And something that I also kind of try to do more now is try to do wish lists, and not just going out and randomly going shopping or whatever, and just to randomly purchase something, but I actually do want to consciously think about if I actually need the things, and I would like to, for the future, put them on a wish list that I create for myself and count out, like, or put in like a date of when I first struggle too, don't get me wrong. Just to tell you that you're not alone in this if you do kind of have like a hard time understanding everything and just how much social media does to you, not even consciously. Like, that's